welcome. Here we are back with episode number 4. To Passing the Crown. I'm Leasia.
Hi, guys. I'm Camille Bush.
I know you guys miss our faces. It's been a time of healing. Healing.
That's right. A lot of healing, but we're back in episode 4, and we are happy and excited that you guys have been liking and subscribing, and we appreciate all the feedback. We appreciate our family and friends who have reached out, who said encourage, encourage, encourage. So here we are, episode 4, happy and excited. We're going to talk about relationship, guys. Relationships.
Yes. As you guys know, we've mentioned on the other episodes, Miss Camille, now Miss Camille Bush. What are you, like 2 months into your marriage now?
So we got married. Our wedding ceremony was August 9th, but we originally got married through the courts on April 25th. So I want to say that we're in April, May, June, July, August. So we're 4 months in being officially married, but 1 month into our ceremony.
Well, we in October now.
Oh my God. So
see, that's how you know the time been flying.
that part it is. It is.
Yeah.
So, but
So
it has
y'all are like 6 months in?
6
damn
months
near?
in. Yeah.
Time flies.
Time flies and we love it. Again, we're still on our honeymoon, and we pray every day together, and we know that this is a beginning to a lifelong relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It gives me, not that I don't have any hope. I just don't have any hope in the men of this generation. They peed in the dating pool.
So do you
So
think
I'm ready to move out of South Florida.
You think moving out of South Florida is going to help you find that person?
I think so, because everyone in South Florida, a lot of the people, especially like in my age range specifically, because I don't get approached too much by like older men.
Okay.
A lot of people think I'm even younger than how I look. Anyways, so I get approached by men who, like, I guess are trying to date a little bit younger. So that category of men are just like, I can't even fully blame the men, because a lot of the women in South Florida too are very like city girlish.
Okay.
So I just think the environment is like not the best. Maybe if I like go hang out in like West Palm or something.
I think the environment has nothing to do with it. I think right now where you at, like, kudos to my daughter who just graduated from FIU, right? Ooh, I gotta say kudos to that. She's taking her LSAT, and she'll be going into law school, period. That's how I put it. That's what I believe, that in that where you're going into will lead you into a different pool, a different environment
It's
of
gonna
men.
be a different environment. Like I
Correct.
said, this
But
environment
don't
is
think-
not it.
I don't think moving out of Florida, even though I commend you, because you told me, Mom, I'm thinking about moving to Texas. I'm thinking, I love it,
Yeah.
do it. But I don't really think it's the state where you at that dictates the relationship you can have, right? I just think, like you said, who people see you, how people see you, where you hanging out, where you're not hanging out. That's because when I stopped hanging out with this group of people, I started doing other things. I met other people.
You met your man shopping, Mom.
But no,
like, and
right,
it just worked out for you, because
meeting him shopping, I met him.
Yeah.
I met him at a store that I love, because I love shopping, right?
Right.
So I met my ideal man doing exactly what I was doing at the time. Just like you're going to meet the ideal man, whether it be
Right.
here in Florida, Texas, wherever you at the ideal thing that you like to do, whether it's working out because you're a workout junkie, whether it's drinking your smoothie at a smoothie shop. I mean, that's because
I'm not super worried about meeting someone. That's not my intentions. Like, I'm going out like, oh my God, I want to meet someone. I just know I don't like the culture of South Florida.
Okay.
And if you listen to a lot of other women, especially my age range, talk about it, they talk about that a lot. A lot of people are not serious down here. A lot of people are down here and they're like having fun. They're into clubbing. They're into looking. They're not really trying to settle down, versus other smaller towns where people are more focused on, okay, like we're more goal oriented. We're more family oriented. They're not trying to like be outside and pop bottles every night and do their thing. That's not what I'm looking
my
for.
daughter right now is not looking to be outside or popping bottles no more.
No, I'm not.
I love it. Let's move out of the state. Yes, I'm super excited if you decide to do that.
Good.
But it's good. that shows your level too. That shows where you at in your life too. Because I remember when partying was for you. Now just the past months and up to graduation, what you're talking about to me and your dad, it has shown the elevation in Leasia's life and where she want to be. And I love it because I've seen her when she was just a little baby, 6 pounds, 12 ounces to be exact, when she came out into this world, and to see her where she is today. Like, her mom, but we're also great friends where we can have great conversation, great topics to talk about, even when she's studying her LSAT and when she's throwing these logical questions and reasonable questions at me. I don't know them, but they sound nice coming from her and understanding them. It is the ever it is you ever what is that word? Oh my God.
Evolution?
Evolution,
Elevating?
elevating, all those good things.
I'm lost
Look,
too. Look, I'm
yeah,
like, I don't
I'm
know.
tongue twist. Sorry, guys, but though that's what a proud mom likes to
Mhm.
see. So for her and for our family in itself, this is all good stuff. And I know that relationships, whether it's friends, whether it's a partner, it's all moving in the right direction,
Mhm.
right? I've lost a lot of friends along the way. You have definitely lost a
Well,
lot of friends along the way with your growth, with you
mhm.
going to school,
Well, I
with you
ain't lose no
pursuing.
friends. I lost, last year and this year I was picking up stragglers. They weren't because
She lost the
friends.
stragglers,
When
people.
friends is such like a term that we kind of throw out, and it's like you don't even be knowing people to call them friends, so they were never friends to begin with. They're just I like to call them like party associates. You get bored, you might be like, I want to go out. You meet someone, you're
Hmm.
like, okay, cool, girl. Y'all not really friends because you really don't know them to use that friendship word.
Okay.
Because a lot
Okay.
of my friends, we are years in, we done been battle tested. I just have a kind heart. Ooh, where I just let people, in. I'll be like, oh, you have a sob story. And then I'd be like, no wonder you have a sob story.
She is not her mother's child.
What do you mean?
With the sob stories.
Mom, you pick up 110 friends too. Okay.
Ah,
I get it from somebody. You
you
just be in denial.
too.
This lady get on the camera and she turned to a different person. Okay, she be in denial. This lady always picking up her friends, always putting them on, gifting them. Stop. Be like, Mom, stop gifting. You want to give away shoes and bags? Give it to me. Okay.
Okay.
And then these friends, they be partying. That's what I'm saying. South Florida. A lot of people, we're from New York, and people will say they'll come down here and they'll be like, the people in South Florida are weird. They are, especially in our community. The urban community, they even a little bit more weird. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
I've met some great people in South Florida. I think I've met at least two great people who continue to be my friend here in South Florida. Yeah, you're right. With the business and all, I
Mm,
met weirdos.
yeah, and
Yeah.
two out of being here
Yeah.
for like 10
8,
years
10
is
years?
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I met some guys, I met some weirdos and they've come for me, but I'm still
All of
here.
my really
Still
close
here.
homegirls are literally from other states, like
Mm.
California, New York. I even got couple people in Texas. They're just cool. They're chill. I don't know. People, the vibe. I think it's like too much tequila, too much palm
I
trees.
love tequila. Mm,
Me too. So
mm.
it's something that it's like there's like people aren't drinking enough water. They're drinking too much tequila and they're just like going
Yeah.
crazy.
Drink Voss water. Not that I'm promoting them unless they want to pay me to be promoting them. But yeah. But I hear you. I hear you. So what do you want to do? What's the goal here after taking the LSAT, applying for
Well,
school?
I'm taking it one step at a time. So
Okay.
my goal right now is focusing on my LSAT and
Okay.
getting into law school. That's it. That's like I don't like to be that person that puts 100 things on their goal list because you know you have to be very intentional with what you do. So
Okay.
that's my intent. I'm not
So
really.
you're not gonna date.
I mean, if I meet someone, sure, but like I
Mhm.
said, that's not my intentions. I'm not going outside like, oh my god, I need a man. I'm
Okay.
looking for a man. Like, because 9 times out of 10, relationships require time and
Yes.
attention, and I'm really trying. And I'm still like, I just got out of a 4-year relationship last year, so I feel like a lot of people jump into relationship, and then they look back and they're like, damn, I wish I would have did this for myself or I would have focused on
Mhm.
this for myself. So I'm taking the time to be like, let me just focus on me. And if someone aligns with what I'm going in the direction I'm going, then it'll
Mhm.
happen.
I love it. I love it. I'm happy for you. You know, I'm gonna root you on because you were firstborn. So
Mhm.
I'm super excited, as any parent would be, right? And the role that you're doing and the examples you're setting for your siblings. So I'm on board. I'm on board. But as we talk more about relationship, I want to share a story, and
Mhm.
and a lot of people been asking me, like, in 7 months you were able to plan a wedding.
Yeah.
In under 5 months, I met Edwin. Like my daughter said, in Neiman Marcus. It was December 2024. I was planning a big Christmas party for my family and friends in New York that were coming out to meet me. We met, we exchanged number, we went on a date. I want to say January 2025. He literally said, "Hey, what do you want to do? This is what I want to do." And he proposed to me in March. And from March till August, planning the wedding, it has been everything in between. Learning, he was previously married twice, has four beautiful kids. I've been married once, three kids, and just the dynamics, both his family and our family, as you know, the wedding coming together, me meeting his mom, his sisters, his kids. Um, and here we are almost 6 months in, and it's still meeting everyone. It's still
Mhm.
the dynamics of his kids and us and everybody else. Would I trade that in for the world? Sorry again, guys, tongue twist. Would I change anything? No, I wouldn't. I felt like at this time in my life, just like you speaking about where you going in your life, you're pacing yourself right now just to take your LSATs. Then from there, do this. Same thing. It came at the right time. I think if I would have met him 5 years ago or even 4 years ago, I would not have been ready. I would not have been ready. But with
You don't think
everything,
so?
no, Leasia, I don't think I would have been ready just because going through with the business, um, just balancing employees. People were suing me at the time.
Mhm.
I had an employee that left and she
Mhm.
wanted to sue me. So I don't think I would have been receptive to receive him
Mhm.
and stuff. And I think that he came in just at that cusp when everything was kind of leaving. Everyone and anything that didn't mean anything to me was just leaving. And whoever stayed was because you were there from the very beginning and you knew my struggle. So I completely understand where you're going. I'm excited to be part of your
Thank you.
journey. And even when you decide to move, that's a reason to use more Delta points to come
Look,
see
mom,
you.
yeah, all you keep talking about is coming to visit me. Let me get in and move and get settled in. And you got your relationship. I want you to focus on your
Yes, I
relationship
will
too,
be, yes.
and your marriage and the other kids that are also still in the house. And let me, be my 30-year-old self. Um,
Absolutely.
yes. I mean, I'm really happy. I've loved him from day one.
Oh,
I
thank
remember
you.
being there on y'all first date
Yes.
at Moxie's with Dior. And I just like, well, one, I've always liked the fact that he's older. I've always been saying, you gotta date older. I think you should date older just because it seems like older men,
Mhm.
one, again, remember, our maturity levels really aren't the same, especially considering that most men act and feel younger than they are.
Mhm.
So, being that there's a bit of an age gap there, I feel like he has a different appreciation for you
Mhm.
versus because even me, like I get men in their 40s who want to date me and literally like they're still like, "Oh, I'm looking for vibes." Like, what does that mean? Like you're you're in your 40s looking for vibes? Like, sir,
Yeah.
what they call the thing that old people get like AAP?
AARP.
Yes,
Oh my
that's not too
god.
far. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be planning for the future, not I'm looking for vibes. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
Right, I do. I do. I do. But not
And
AARP
then
because
again,
that's
like it's
65
like
and
I
over.
don't want to. I thought someone about to come through the vent.
Right. Oh my God, we just heard some noise here. Forgive us that we looked up because we weren't sure. And
Hmm.
being in South Florida, you never know what comes down.
Exactly. You never
That
know.
part.
Never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
And yeah, like
Okay.
no. Um, and you never know if like with the 40-year-olds, what they like some of them they look at me and they're like, "Oh my god, you're 30, what's wrong with you?" Or they want to date even younger than that. So it's an intentionality thing.
Okay.
I think You get a lot more when you date people who are old. And then your first husband, aka my dad, he was older than you.
Yes, he was. Same 7 years difference, just like with Edwin. So
Yeah.
kind of, yeah, you're absolutely right. Edwin came in knowing what he wanted
Mhm.
and kind of did what he had to
And then
do.
being that sweet spot, because I feel like it's being older, right? More mature, not
Mm-hmm.
just in age, but in mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And then also a man knowing what he wants. Because I mean, my ex was older than me, right? We had an 8-year difference, but he was still holding on to his youth.
He was on the streets.
Yeah, he was still trying to be in the streets.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. That
Yeah.
not. So it's not really older men. It depends what their mindset.
Hmm.
Exactly what you just said, because that mindset plays an important role.
Hmm.
So and when men are mentally prepared and
Hmm.
ready for a relationship, they move quickly.
Yeah. Kevin
That's true.
Samuel said it.
Hmm.
If a man don't propose to you in 6 months, he playing.
Playing games, playing games.
What do I
So
have? I have like something in my eye.
probably your long, beautiful lashes, not the synthetic ones. Okay. So as Leasia pulls out her lashes, I have these two books that are up here: Finance, Family, and Floppy Souffles, and Camille Caesar Seal the Deal, Camille Style. These are all books that I kind of generated and put together, different things that I've done throughout my life, throughout my career. And we'll be talking about more of the finance aspect, family aspect, relationship aspect, and how I close deals out. Whether they're good deals, bad deals, or just never closed out, but they're deals that Camille sealed. So thus, if anybody is interested, Leasia will put everything on the bottom of everything where you can get our links, our email addresses, everything you need, and then we'll touch up more on that when you guys book to see and talk to me. Okay, how's that lash going? We got that out of your eyes.
No,
Good.
I think something's just in my eye, but it'll
Okay.
be okay.
Yeah, we'll be
I don't even
okay.
think it's a lash. I literally think it's like a feather or something. I don't know.
Okay. Since we're talking about relationships, and I like to ask Leasia a lot of questions about relationships, I want to know, and I'm sure people want to know too. What are your pet peeves in relationships? And I
My
only need three.
three.
Three, just three.
Okay, yeah. See, I don't know. Like pet peeves is like, what's my pet peeve when dating or like with someone who I'm in a relationship? Because everyone's different.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna
So
have different things that
so if you're
irritate
dating someone
you. Hmm.
and whoever
Like
that
my deal breakers.
right,
Okay.
pet peeves, deal breakers, yeah, what do you think?
Okay, so my deal breakers, if I'm dating someone and it's like, okay, absolute no, we're done, would definitely be lying. Lying
Okay.
is a deal breaker. I can't deal with nobody who lies.
Mhm.
Um, cheating,
Okay.
cheating, but I guess that would only be if it's an exclusive relationship. Lying, cheating, and no ambition. I can't be with anyone who lacks ambition.
So those three things that you just selected, have you bent the rules for that in your previous relationship or relationships you had already?
Um, in my previous, well, I've never caught my ex cheating on me, because then that would have been a deal breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I bring too much into a relationship and I pour into someone too much for me to deal with. Like, oh no, now you're trying to get another female involved, or you trying to go do other stuff with a female. Lying. I guess it did. That's why I said those are my deal breakers, but it also depends on the situation per
Mhm.
se. Yeah.
But what about the ambition part? Because that resonated because I remember at least one of your relationship. I believe just looking on the outside into your relationship that you were with somebody who wasn't driven.
Yeah. Usually when I realize they're not driven, I leave.
Okay.
Because some people act ambitious, some people have ambition and they lose it. It's not something that's like a constant. Nothing in life is a constant. People
Hmm.
change, people grow. Some people get lazy. Because I think if someone's lazy off back, I'm not gonna date them, right? some people grow to be lazy. Sometimes people can't handle being with someone who has more ambition than them.
Mhm.
So then it's not even the fact of they have or lack ambition, they're just not as ambitious as I am. And then it can be other factors that just is like, all right, like this isn't, we're not on the same level, or I'm like outgrowing you and you're not keeping up anymore.
Okay. That's good. That's at least you know where your standpoints are, where you're going, and what you're looking for. That's always important because I've met a lot of people in your age group and even younger than you that kind of is still kind of figuring out what they want in a relationship, what they
Mhm,
want in dating. And I think that's where, like you said, that pool becomes really tainted
mhm.
because when you don't know, so you go in thinking, oh, I guess hair money's okay. That's good in dating. Or
These girls ain't asking for hair money. They want Chanel bags. Times have changed.
and you're probably right, but there are still ones that are still
They want Chanel bags and the hair money.
right.
And they
So
want to go to the club.
right. So then, and there go that tainted pool because
Mhm,
if you feel like, and I'm not speaking for you, I'm just speaking again,
mhm,
people your age group and younger, when they look at those things again, they're getting all this too from what we see on Instagram,
mhm,
what is being projected in these music videos,
mhm,
rappers, etc. So I think that's where those men that come into those relationships feel like they don't have to look good, but if they're providing these things, right? These services, these exchange of gifts, that's kind of how they win these women over. That's how they win these young ladies over because of what's being pushed out there, what the narrative is. So when they meet someone like you, or even look at someone like you,
mhm.
before they see your intellect, they see all this. So they're just thinking, we gotta give Shorty a bag because we
I
know
mean,
she's
that's fine. They
progressed.
could give me a bag. I don't have no issue with that. I really don't. I think the issue is that with dating is like you said, a lot of people don't know what they want, especially just speaking from like a woman's perspective. Like a lot of men will I feel like again, being in South Florida, people want something more casual or transactional versus something more like serious. So once I don't, and then a lot of people have a lot of things going on. A lot of people are already in kind of complicated situationships, and there's a lot of um I don't know, it's complicated. That's why I said South Florida is weird. I'm ready to kind of swim out of it because I have female friends too who are like in situationships or in relationships, and they're dealing with things that I know I wouldn't really want. And then there's again the things with the maturity level. People
Mm.
here love to party. I mean, that's like really a part of the culture and stuff. So a lot of people get stuck in that party, have fun. I'm a person who I'm constantly trying to work towards something. So I'm like, all right, what are we working towards? Like, yeah, you go to the gym and we party, but cool. Like, what's the end goal? Like, when do you not want to party? And it's like, if everyone's walking around thinking like they're a celebrity,
I mean,
almost they think partying is like a part of their job.
I get it, but Florida has become that hub, that party hub. You know that.
Mhm,
Um, and everybody migrates towards Florida to come to hang out. Like we all know that that's what it's known for.
mhm,
It's a, I mean, shit. LA used to be on top. Now we kind of beating LA in the hangout spot where people
yeah.
want to be at, where all the celebs want to be at. Could you imagine next
Mhm.
year we having FIA here? Soccer is coming here.
Yeah, the
So
World Cup
the
is gonna
World
be
Cup
very
is
big.
coming here. That means we're shutting down Miami. And
Mhm,
Miami got something to prove. We got the Latinos here. We have the Caribbean here. So you know
mhm,
that sport for us is huge.
mhm,
International, world. Just imagine that's all coming here.
mhm.
So that's gonna go out the window.
I mean, that's definitely gonna boost the economy
Oh, eh,
for sure.
for real. So it's, even though a person like yourself is saying, this is what Florida brings people where this is what they come into. You're right. And that's going to be a point for us or individuals looking at us and say, is that really what we want? Is that what we
Mhm.
want to wake up to every day, every waking day?
But I
And
will
then
also say, like, I can only speak from like, dating like black people because I don't really date outside my. Not that I'm against it. I would, but So I
What?
can't say like
You
this
haven't
is
dated
it
anything other than
for
black?
not in a very long time.
Oh
No,
no.
that's all I attract. I
Guys,
don't
we
know.
gotta tell her you gotta date all to then find out what's your best match.
I mean, again, that's what I'm a trap. I'm a female. I'm not really the one approaching men
That's
like,
true.
hey, I'm trying to talk to you, but not that I wouldn't. I would shoot my shot, but I also
So you're not opposed to dating Spanish, Caucasian,
Caucasian.
Indian, Chinese,
Nope.
Vietnamese.
No, I like a little Japan now.
Okay,
No.
so when this drops, episode 4, you guys can share it, like it, subscribe. She's into what, and that's great. That means you're
Yeah.
open. You're not in
Yeah.
this box. You're not bubbled in. So you're open to date outside
Mhm.
of.
Yeah. And then
Mm,
I also will say I do need to like get out more. I think because I've been really focused on school and just I haven't really been going out. I haven't really been going out like for the whole year. I probably could count on my hand how many times I've gone out aside from like doing things with family, which is like if you do things with family, only family members are there, like how many people have approached me like, you didn't meet nobody at your mom's wedding. I'm like, who? It was all family there. Like, who am I gonna meet?
it was all family there.
Literally, it was like 100 cousins. Like, who? Like, there wasn't no eligible bachelors.
No, there were no eligible bachelor, but I get it. So you have toned down just the going out stuff because you focus now, and I see that in you a lot because I know when you're focused. I know when you're like, hey, I'm doing this. Don't interrupt the flow right now. So you're right. So I mean, it's a good thing. Going out is not a horrible thing. Well, yesterday we went out. We sort of went out. That was an outing.
We just went to Neiman Marcus because your husband bought you some juice.
And we went to eat.
And we grabbed burgers from Skinny Louie and we left.
Shout out to Skinny Louie. That's a good burger spot, by the way.
It was
First
delicious.
time there was great. Okay.
It was good. You can't sleep on Skinny.
No, you can't.
So what are your deal breakers? Enough with my absence of love in my life.
Okay. I mean, when I was dating or in a relationship, my deal breakers, I would say someone who's not consistent. Um, don't say it, show me. And I had before meeting my husband, I was meeting a lot of people that were sayers but not doers.
Mm.
That was very disappointing to me. Very. And second, don't come into my life being a liability. You and I talk about that a lot.
Yes.
I need you to be an asset. And I'm not
Yes.
talking monetary, right? Because there's this big thing. Oh, you need this dude need to come in, money, pay your bills. No, I was paying my bills without him. I'm going to continue doing so. But if you're coming into my life, let's put together and see, okay, if I had this, now I'm having this because now there's 2. Prior to meeting Edwin, I was meeting a lot of duds, like not stepping up to the plate, not being proactive, having more problems than a single mom.
I feel like it's so crazy.
Jesus.
A lot of the guys you were dating, again, around your age, they would party a lot because I would run into them in the clubs. Like, what are you doing here? I'm just saying, they clubbing more than me. Like at this
And
point,
me, because I wasn't with them.
you're like, when do you slow down? And there's nothing wrong with partying, but it's just like, when do you slow down?
Exactly.
And I told you, them 40-year-olds, the men in
Yes.
the 40s, they be on some vibes.
Be on some other stuff.
And it's
They be on some other stuff.
and they're not having it together. Like, why do you
Right.
still live at home with your
Your
mom?
mom.
That's very common.
Shots fired because I had one that was living with their mom. So, but again, it's either, and I don't mind you living with your mom because you have a goal. Okay, in 6 months, I'm leaving my mom's house because I'm purchasing something.
Right.
Not it being your
Or you
lifelong thing.
you helping your mom out.
Right,
And you're
because
supporting her. Some of them, they being supported by mommy still.
right.
Mommy struggling with the bills and you can't help her because you want to go out every weekend.
That part. And my third and final deal breaker, or I wouldn't put up with, is you being a mama's boy. That at some point in your life, you have to shift from that to be a leader.
Okay, dive deep more into mama boys. Because do you feel like a man can't be a mama's boy and a leader?
It's kind of hard to do both. And again, experiences for me, and let me know for people who knows. being a mama's boy, and being Caribbean, you are going to understand what that means. A mama's boy is having a husband or son or somebody you're with that always have to check in with their mom when handling their home business. That is a big problem. Okay. Because your mom is your mother. That relationship should be separate from your actual relationship with the
Mm-hmm.
person you're married to and the person you're in a relationship
That is,
with.
yeah. That's,
Okay. So a mama's boy can get clouded because he's taking advice for his mother who is single, who doesn't
mm-hmm.
even have a husband or who has been divorced.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell your son who is in a relationship, married? What are you telling that person? Are you telling stay with your wife, work things out? Are you saying, well, my door is always open to you, son? So I was getting a lot of that.
Mama boys.
Yes, a lot of mama boy, a
Do you
lot
think
of
you attract a lot of mama's boys because you
because
give
I've
such maternal and
and
nurturing
nurturing
energy?
vibes and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of I'm wiping their nose type of shit. Like, no, like, bro, like, pick up your shit, wash clothes, be hands on. Like, I'm
Mm,
not your mom, and I'm not, there's things I'm not gonna put up with.
right.
So I did bump into that. So I used those three things in my life, and even in my marriage, that when I was meeting Edwin, I remember asking him those questions, and he looked at me like weird, like, what? No, like, I don't.
You asked him that?
Yeah, he's
Like, are
like,
you a mama's boy?
yeah. And then I was like, do you do this? Are you, those type of he was like, no, no, no. Because the mere fact of meeting him and telling me he's been at his company for over 27 years showed me discipline and
Mhm.
showed me that he's a man that works and he
Yeah.
knows what it is to be a leader.
Yes.
When you look at that long term, that means he's about something.
Yeah.
He's making moves. So, yeah, that is definitely things that I know that I tell my friends all the time what to look for when,
Like,
to
not the
see this.
mama boy.
Yes, not the mama's boy. You need somebody that can hold their own weight.
Yeah.
Whether it's strong, whether the weight comes and it's a lot, you got your wife, you got your partner, discuss it, figure it out.
Yep.
We're going to do this together. So I say that because in meeting everyone I've met in my life that have some good impacts, some not so good impacts, but I'm here today in a very, very strong position because I put all those things aside and I didn't let any one of those relationships dictate the one I was getting into.
Mhm.
It's very important. We can't bring those baggage of bad relationship into something good because we're going to miss it. We're going to miss that boat, miss that ride for that good relationship.
That is true. One thing I
Mhm.
will always say, because you've never been the person, or at least not from my perspective, bringing in baggage from other relationships. I
No.
think you give everyone a fair shot. You're also a lover girl. So I feel like whenever you get into relationships, you're just really into that person and you give them your all. Um, I don't know. It's just that's what I'm like. I'm ready to like explore new areas, new dynamics, new just people who are more aligned with goals. I think one thing I will say, the urban community right now, like our biggest thing is I feel like just culturally it seems very like man versus woman. Like even a lot of these podcasts where it's like, all right, like what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What
Yeah,
do you
that
this?
that
What do you
bringing
that?
I agree. That bringing to the table shit is nonsense because in a relationship, it's not what you bring, I'm bringing. It's what we're going to do, collaborate, what we're going to do as a team.
I love
I
that.
don't like that shit. Oh, what you bringing to the table? Oh, I got this. That's
Yeah.
bullshit
Like, what do you lack as a man that you need me to
to
bring
bring to the
something? Because
table.
you should, we should be coming in together and
Correct.
then building towards something.
Exactly.
Not, oh, I need a woman to cook clean, or I need her
No,
to come with her own bag because I
no.
don't want to take care of nobody. And it's just
Absolutely.
like,
Because a real woman that meets somebody is already going to know what they need to do. And a real man that comes in to meet a real woman is
mm,
already going to know where it is, what he has to do, where he has to stand. That's why I always said I was meeting a lot of boys before I met a man.
mm. Oh,
So we have boys in this world that pretend to be men. But
yep, for sure.
when they get in front of a woman, they bow down because they don't know what it is and they get frustrated. Oh, she too much. You too independent. No, baby, you can't hang with me. You can't roll in the same circles I'm rolling. That's why I become a threat to you. So that's why I don't want women, our women today, and I'm speaking for my age group and when I look at my friends who not married, are divorced or looking for someone, I don't need them to feel guilty about what they've gotten and
Mhm.
where they're going in their life, and for them to have more than the man they meet,
Mhm.
because I can have more, but I met a man.
Right. Ooh,
Cause he
that's
does
powerful.
right, cause he is not upset about me having more.
Right.
He actually on some, "Oh, my wife got this? Well, I'm stepping up my game because now we a team and we're gonna do this together."
Yeah.
So that's important because yes, the statistics show that more women are making a lot more than men. But if you're a man and not a boy, that's not gonna hurt your ego.
Mhm.
That's gonna help you say, "Oh, all right now, what we
Mhm.
gonna do now?" Because we all need a coach in our team,
Yeah.
right? Somebody that's going to help us, lead us, and direct us.
Mhm.
But what you bring to the table shit, I hate it so much because it's so cliche that people
It
use
is
it.
so
Yeah,
cliche.
people use it as
And
a,
they like
what is
and
it?
I'm not gonna lie, the men who I hear that the most are always older than me. I'm talking like 10 years plus. And to me,
And have like 10 kids and don't even know what they're doing in their lives.
exactly. Like,
Yes.
what do you mean? What do I bring to the table? Like, sir, like, and
Yeah.
remember, I was telling you that the other
Mhm.
day that it's so strange to me how men will date younger and then expect you to be on the same level as them and then get on their social media and talk about, oh, women lack feminism and women lack feminism. But I'm confused because you're telling me I need to be on your level financially, emotionally, and thing and this, but then you want to lead, and there has to be like a, how am I looking at you as a man who's supposed to lead and guide and come with all this masculine, because masculine energy is structure, right? It's
Right.
it's discipline. But you looking at me like I'm supposed to have structure and discipline on the same level as you. That's confusing.
Yeah. Especially
I
with
might
the
as well build with someone my age.
exactly, especially with the age gap. Because if I'm dating older,
Mhm.
my husband is 7 years older than me. He has poured so much wisdom in me in the last 6 months and continues to do. I'm
Okay.
always looking for him for answers. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, "Oh, babe, we're gonna do the podcast today. What do you think? Some key things we need to talk about and stuff like." He's like, "Baby, the relationship thing is great. Talk about that. Then talk about the business. Then talk about that."
Mhm.
Those are things that people pour into you being older than you. And
Mhm.
it's not saying that you can't be younger and know stuff too that you pouring into that person.
Right.
It's vice versa. But it
Mhm.
feels good when someone has that in them, right?
Yes.
And they're like, baby, talk about this. Baby, no. Ooh, don't forget to touch this area and
Mhm.
touch this area. Those are important things if
Yeah.
I'm dating older. Because I'm not dating older to clean up your mess. I'm
Right.
not dating
Like,
older. So I'm telling you,
might as
pick
well
up
be
your
with,
stuff, do
right.
this, call your kids. I'm
Yeah.
not dating older
And I
for
gotta
that.
help you too now
Yeah.
financially because now these men expect you to have to. Oh, they're like, oh, women rights and this and that, and so yeah, y'all need to pay all y'all bills. First of all, I'm not dating older, and you gonna come in my life and think you're not gonna help, right? Because you need to be contributing something. Like I said, if we're building towards something, we need to be building. Now
And you would and
you
you
expected me to just, what, I'm supposed
exactly.
to go buy the house by myself, then
Right.
come get you?
And that's what I'm saying. Dating boys versus men.
Yeah.
A man that comes into your life, he's not gonna, you're not even gonna have to say anything to him. It's action.
Mhm.
He's like, oh, she's in law school right now. She just got accepted. She's paying her place. I gotta step in and be an asset to her,
Mhm.
not a liability. I
Mhm.
don't need you coming into my world doing that. And you don't even have to say nothing. You're sitting back, you're in school. He's gonna know what he needs to pick up.
Mhm.
He's gonna know what he needs to do. And if he doesn't know that, then I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah. Yeah. And the crazy thing about a lot of my male friends is a lot of them complain that they have women who always have their hand out and always need help or want. And I'm like, okay, well, what type of women are you dating? And 9 times out of 10, when they go down the list, they're dating someone who's younger, way younger. You dating someone in their 20s, you in your 40s. What do you expect? Because realistically, people in their 20s don't have it figured out.
They don't.
They don't. I know I did. I feel like I still don't even have it figured out. I have a plan, you know? I have a plan. That's just me being real.
Yeah.
Either you want to get on board and align yourself with the plan, or I'm aligning myself with your plan, or we putting our plans together and aligning with each other, right? But
Absolutely.
you can't have these unrealistic expectations like you're gonna date a little 25-year-old, 26-year-old who might have just got into her career or is still trying to figure out her career, and you're like, well, I don't want to help her do nothing. And she wants stuff every day. Like, well, look what you're dating. Date on your level, date on your tax bracket. Date
Right.
because then they're overlooking the women. And me and my friend Goldie talk about this a lot. Men will overlook the woman who has something going on, who's down to help them, who has goals aligned with them, for the girl that might be, really aesthetically pleasing, but don't have nothing going on. Then you're turning around and you're complaining like, oh, she need this, she need that, she needed this. But you met her, she didn't have no good credit score.
Yep.
She
I'm
in
gonna
debt.
agree with that one.
You met her at the club.
Wh-
She's probably live with her mom, or she's trying to figure out she don't. Here's always a telltale sign, right? And for women too, when you meet someone and they don't have a job and they don't have a business, so how are you making your money? Okay, you're hustling. What type of hustle do you have? I feel
Because we're
like
not
those
knocking anybody who has a
right,
hustle.
yeah.
Right.
Those are the kind of questions you need to ask. And then if you're not asking that and you're just assuming
Right. Don't assume you make an ass out of yourself.
it every
Absolutely.
time,
Every
then
time.
then then you can't be surprised at what you're getting at the end because you didn't even do your due diligence to really ask the important
Questions.
questions.
And I think, like you said, a lot of women, including my age bracket and your age bracket, we tend to want to push those things to the side. And now we're 6 months in, and now you're like, oh, nigga ain't working. He ain't got this. Hello, you should have known that from day one,
Right.
what he was doing or how he was doing, because he can only keep it up. And that's real talk. Any man who doesn't got anything going on can only keep it up for 90 days. Some of them fall after the 90 days, and then you know they don't have nothing going on. And those are those
Yep.
telltale signs, exactly what you say.
Mhm.
So you need, as women, we got to be accountable too for the BS. It's
Yep.
not just men. It's women being
Yeah.
accountable. Stand up for your shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know
We gotta
when
choose better.
right. You know when a nigga ain't shit. We hear it all the time. I know I've been a victim to no shit niggas. That's what I'm gonna call them. No shit niggas. Been a victim to them for a long time.
Mhm.
So when I preach and talk to my friends and younger women, I'm telling you, we know the telltale sign. It's fun when you first meet them because they gonna buy you bottles, drinks, and you like,
Mhm.
And then when the reality kicks in,
Mm.
no shit nigga. No shit
No.
nigga.
Yeah.
So we gotta do better. We gotta take ownership, accountability, and
We
we
do.
gotta
We gotta
do more.
choose better too.
Choose better.
And then I also think, and this is why I said I'm not particularly like looking or intentional about trying to find a relationship. There's a lot of things in my personal life that I'm working on
Mhm.
and I'm trying to fix. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to recover from losing businesses with the person that I was dealing with and navigating that, and also like redirecting my energy into school and stuff. And I'm okay with that. And I'm very honest and upfront about that. And I feel like people need to be honest and upfront with where they are. I do feel like a lot of women point the finger a lot, like, oh, a
Yeah.
man needs to have this and this and this, but don't have that themselves. And we get caught up in this idea like, oh, well, we're a woman, so it's okay. Times have
No.
changed. Times have
Definitely.
changed,
Yeah.
honestly, where I think, especially at a certain age, especially as we get into like, I think like over 25,
Mhm.
like credit is important.
Yes.
Credit is important. Having stable living, whether you live at home or you live on your own, I think it's important to recognize that and not put that weight on someone like,
Mhm.
hey, you need to come in and pay my rent. Like he really doesn't have to. If you guys
No.
aren't a family, y'all don't have kids together, why does
No.
he need to come
Well,
pay your rent off
and
that?
that's exactly what we talk about all the time, you and I, just in casual conversation, right? I can't expect to be dating someone and my first thing is, oh, can you pay my rent for me? Where does he know me? Why would he be doing? And the men that do it, let me tell you, to me, the men that do it, you're weak as fuck because you're already leading the relationship or what you want to do because
Mhm.
you're throwing something at this person and you think she's not gonna take it. That's the bait you doing, and then you want respect later on. Stop. because what you throw out to that woman or what that woman throws out to you is exactly what you're going to get back.
Well, yeah, if you lead with money, well, first of all, if you lead with money, it just gives trick vibes. So if you
All day
tricking,
long.
then I feel like the lines can't get blurred. You can't be a trick and then want to be a boyfriend
At the same
at the
time.
same time. It's either you a trick or you not a trick, or you a boyfriend or you're not a boyfriend.
Pick your
And then
poison.
when you set those expectations, you can't get mad now if a girl just want, because men will do that, like lead with money, then after 2 months be like, oh, you always asking for something, or you always want something. Well, I'm just matching the energy.
That's it.
You know?
If we're leading with money, monetary gifts, then that's what I'm expecting from you. That
Mhm.
means you're one of the 10 that gives me those monetary gifts. We're not having a relationship. It's an exchange. Exactly what you just said.
Mhm.
It's an exchange. So men also have to know what they want
Yeah,
and what they and as you see a lot of our celebrity, and that's going to be another episode, because if we
for
look
sure.
at a lot of our celebrities out here, celebrities, men out here, y'all getting caught up in bullshit. And y'all young, and I know y'all got moms that talk to y'all, sisters that talk to you about the bullshit. You come out here, what do you think is gonna be?
Mhm.
You got you leave your locker room, you got 10 of them hoes waiting for you. And out of the 10, 5 is gonna be holding down two until it gets down to that one girl that you get. Her idea is getting you and getting to the bag. You are a bag to them.
Yes.
And it's so sad because the managers speak to you about that. Your
they
agents talk to you about that.
they
Your
get
lawyers
financial
talk to about
developers and
right.
stuff to come
And I
talk to
don't
them,
understand why
and they
it's you
still
guys
get
are
caught
still
up
in the
with.
headlines. Y'all get caught up with the nonsense. And people look at you like, are you dumb?
Well, we do know men tend to live a double life, right? Because men know how to detach, unlike women do. So men, and you always give me funny looks when I say this, but it's the reality. It really, if you really have real conversations with men, any man, like probably if you would have asked your dad one day, they do. And that's just the reality of men. Men know how to detach from sex. But where they blur the lines is like, if you're gonna finance a female for sex or finance your mistress for sex, understand what that comes with. And also, like a lot of these women, I feel like again with the blurring the lines, you can't be a trick and can't be a boyfriend. You gotta, there has to be a line between. Because now if you step forward and you're in this transactional relationship, but you're trying to tell her what to do, you're putting her in apartments, you know,
So now what's
she
she
thinks
going
she's in a relationship with you
correct,
and you're
correct.
just like a sugar daddy. And in your head, it's like, oh no, it's transactional, it's just physical for me. And then when things don't work out, now it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, she used me, used me, used me. No, she didn't use you. She matched the energy.
That's pretty much it. But I'm saying that not because of that. I just say it a lot when I'm looking at these athletes, these stars, all the I'm looking at the kids that are coming out of these relationships. And like you said, if you're a mistress, then you know what your position. If you the
Mhm.
side chick, then but these women are getting pregnant. So to me, it's that a man can control that situation all day, every day. A man controls that situation. So when you're sloppy, and that happens, I then have to look at you like, bro, so you don't know what's going on in this new century? Like what women are looking for?
Yeah, yeah. I
That's what
mean,
I'm talking about. It
we'll
can
definitely have to dive deep into that. I don't like
exactly.
to put the blame on anyone in that because it's just like adults do adult stuff. And I
Agreed.
think things have to be discussed beforehand. I also think a lot of women target certain demographics of men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, people blur the lines because if you're treating this like a relationship, right? If you're having
Mm-hmm.
unprotected sex and you're shooting the club up and you know this person is gold digger and you supposed to be a trick, I mean that's like rule 775. You're not supposed to even do all that with your
But
304.
you and I see that is happening a lot
Mhm.
in this world. And it's just like, and those are the things I'm saying. What happened to the moral, the integrity of certain things?
This has been happening since the beginning of time. Grandpas have 11 kids and
I
stuff.
mean, I
What do you
get it.
think those other women
Right,
were?
but they're
They were
not
mistresses.
right, but they're not bringing it to the forefront the way it's being brought now,
See, but I don't think
Leasia.
that's less on the men, and that more goes down to the type of women they're deciding to lay down with. If you're laying down with women that clout chase, then that's what's gonna happen. But we're gonna save this topic for another time because I feel
For
like
real.
that definitely is like not really dating and just more so like. And I don't want to judge because I have a couple friends who are athletes I don't know if they get caught up or not because these aren't conversations we have, but maybe we'll get some insight from them because
Yeah.
I mean, you could also date a girl thinking that she like you, and in the back of her mind, she's like, "Yeah, I'm finna get pregnant and get a bag." And I don't know, I can't.
Okay.
That's not me, so
And
I don't want to pass
that,
judgment.
I'm respectfully gonna agree with that because they can be, it's two sides to every story. But I look at things, of course, from a mom perspective. Like, I got mommy brains and all that stuff. We talked about that. So I'm gonna look at it from that perspective, having a son who has achieved so much. And shout out to Allen Iverson. I'm reading your book. That shit is beautiful as fuck. I'm listening to it. I'm not actually reading it, but it's great. I love it. And we listen to the AI book, Allen Iverson, and you hear these things is going on and stuff. So I just, I'm just like, damn, like, can't we do better? These young black men, can we do better? But like you said, that's another topic. That's another episode for us to have. And hopefully we can bring a man that's on our
Yes,
couch to talk about it,
for
because it can't
sure.
just be our perspective. I want to hear their perspective.
Right, exactly.
So that's definitely going to be a great, great topic and stuff. So, before we wrap it up, I definitely want to again shout out to everybody who's been supporting Passing the Crown. You guys, I've been getting phone calls, uh, the love messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Me and Leasia love it. Keep it up. Keep subscribing. Keep listening. Stay tuned. I talked to Leasia about us going to New York, our stopping ground, and having a couple of the other females in our family that have daughters and stuff joining the couch with us. So that's something we're looking to do in the near future. But we're going to tell you guys. We're going to let you know where we'll be recording at, where we're going to be at, so it can really be very good and just have a different set of people around us, and you can see the different dynamics around us. So, Passing the Crown, Camille Bush, Leasia.
Yes, yes, yes. And before we sign out, because we kind of rushed through this episode a little bit, Miami traffic is crazy.
Crazy.
Any crowns that you want to pass on today or that you would pass on?
Whew, what would I pass on in today's crown to my women, friends, cousins, sisters out here listening to me? Keep your head up. No matter how things look, no matter what you think you're going through, keep your head up. Stay focused, 10 toes down. I'm telling you, that man up there got your back, and he got good things coming for you. From Camille Bush, Passing the Crown.
Yes, yes. Thank you guys. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Passing the Crown on all platforms, Passing the Crown podcast on all platforms. And yes, hopefully going forward we're gonna try to get a little bit more consistent. Thank you for being patient with us.
We appreciate it. Love you guys.